Hey guys, this is UC World of Science. In this channel, we simplify everything concerning science and health-related issues. I plead with you to subscribe to this channel, and I will know you will also be glad to do so. Thank you. So today, we'll be looking at menstrual syndrome. Menstrual syndrome, which we tag PMS, is a syndrome that is associated with women that are still having menstruation or after their ovulation. And we refer to this syndrome as a physical or emotional symptom that occur in the 1 to 2 weeks before a woman's period. So you can see that is a syndrome associated with women that are still experiencing menstruation. Symptoms vary. Symptoms often vary between women and also revolve around the start of the menstruation, that is the start of the bleeding. Then we have some common symptoms that are associated with this premenstrual syndrome. The common ones include acne, when you have some appearing in the faces. Then you have tender breast, the breast becoming tender as a result of this syndrome. Then also bloating, feeling bloated during this period. Then also feeling tired. The person may be feeling tired. Another common symptoms also is irritability and mood changes. You see the person, the mood will change. The person will not be cheerful or smiling again. These are the common symptoms associated with premenstrual syndrome. And this syndrome can last for 6 days. It can last for around 6 days. Maximum of 6 days, maybe less, but it's a maximum of 6 days. Then a woman pattern of symptoms may change over time, so it's not something that is steady. Over time, it can change. And the symptoms of these premenstrual syndrome, do not occur during pregnancy or following menopause. Those people that are in the pregnancy period or that are in their menopause, they don't experience this particular syndrome. Then we will now look at the diagnosis of this premenstrual syndrome. And the diagnosis requires a consistent pattern of emotional and physical symptoms occurring after ovulation and before menstruation, to a degree that interferes with normal mood. So we look at those physical and emotional symptoms so that we can tackle it, very well. And one of the things involved is that these symptoms may be worsened by high salt diet. This particular symptom may be worsened by high salt diet, alcohol, or caffeine. So you can see some of the things that can worsen the symptoms. Then the underlying mechanism is believed to involve changes in hormones level. Once there is changes in the hormones, you see that this kind of syndromes, will come in. So that's why it's very good to work on the salt intake, the caffeine, and also the stress, that also come along with it. So, and another good thing is that exercise, increased exercise, is recommended for mild symptom. If you take or have good exercise, it will also have positive effect for those that are having mild symptoms. Then another good solution is calcium and vitamin D supplementation, which is also very useful. So intake of calcium and vitamin D is also very useful. Then we also recommend anti-inflammatory drugs such as naproxen. It will also help in physical symptoms. So if you feel that you can take anti-inflammatory drugs such as naproxen, it will also help very well in physical symptoms. But in those with more significant symptoms, we recommend birth control pills or the diuretic spironolactone, which is also very useful. Those with significant symptom. For those with significant symptom, that's the ones we recommend for this birth control pill or diuretic spironolactone, which is very, very good for that. Then we have up to 80% of women, reporting having some symptoms prior to menstruation, and these symptoms qualify as premenstrual syndrome in 20 to 30% of premenopausal women. So, and premenstrual dysphoric disorder, which we tag PMDD, is more severe form of premenstrual syndrome. So that has a greater psychological symptoms. So premenstrual dysphoric disorder affects 3 to 8% of premenopausal women. And in this case, we recommend antidepressant medication of the selective serotonin or uptake inhibitors, for this. And class may be used in addition to, our usual measure, which we use in premenstrual syndrome for this particular severe form. So thank you for watching. I would like to see your comment and contribution. Thank you very much.